Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Environment Canada meteorologist David Jones with an update on the major change in the weather pattern I told you about on Tuesday. Let's take a closer look.
I'll start with a forecast temperature animation. This is a prediction of the 2-meter temperature. The temperature at any given location is dependent upon a multitude of local effects, but these animations do a great job of showing the movement of air masses and the larger trends in temperature. My point: don't get hung up on the absolute details of the temperatures shown here. In case you haven't noticed, the time in PST is noted in the red box at the top of the screen. This animation starts at 4 p.m. today and runs through 10 p.m. on Sunday. I've highlighted the minus 10 degrees Celsius isotherm, which shows up as the boundary between the green and blue shaded areas. Watch as the blue area of cold air spreads southward by 2200 hours or 10 p.m. Sunday night. That boundary is roughly the position of the leading edge of the big dome of Arctic air that is surging southward. Watch what happens between Sunday and Tuesday of next week. This is what an Arctic outbreak looks like. Note how the blue boundary just clings to the south coast mountains. We think the Arctic air will spill out onto the south coast. Here's the forecast weather map for 4 p.m. today. Not much happening over BC, but that is all about to change. I'm going to roll the animation through 1900 hours or 7 p.m. Friday night. By that time, a weak Pacific front has arrived on the coast. The yellow shaded area on the central coast represents a 24-hour precipitation total of about 10 millimeters. Nothing spectacular. The next front is packing a little more punch. Watch the animation from Friday evening through Saturday evening. A somewhat stronger and colder Pacific front follows the first front about 24 hours later. On Saturday night, the weather starts to get interesting. This second low will help pull the Arctic air southward. By Sunday night, a pair of lows are stretched across southern BC and will mark the transition from rain to snow. In behind these lows, the Arctic front will be primed to shift south. The clearing trend with the drier Arctic air is evident in this part of the animation. Watch as the precipitation dries out from the north. This animation runs to Tuesday at 4 p.m., and by then, skies will be severely clear everywhere, and some strong northeast outflow winds will persist through the Fraser Valley, Howe Sound, and other coastal inlets. Here's the timeline. Saturday, the last of the Pacific storms traverses the north coast on its way to southern BC. Sunday, the Arctic front blasts the central interior. Monday, the Arctic air reaches the southern interior in the morning and the south coast in the afternoon. Tuesday through Friday will all be high and dry again, but it will be chilly. As for impacts, well, driving on the weekend may look like this or like this. And this is a good time to remind everyone to turn off the water supply to those outside taps and to drain them too. You might also consider the homeless in weather like this. Shelters will be opening in many communities. And finally, the BC Coroner's Service would like to remind you that a surprising number of fatalities are related to alcohol consumption in cold weather.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be doing another update tomorrow, and have yourself a great evening.